And Brian, Team USA, they entered Saturday's exhibition against Nigeria. They were 28.5-point favorites, and yet they somehow lost. So what was the mood of the team after that game?
Yeah, you could have gotten 25-1 here on betting Nigeria straight up. I wonder if anybody actually put that bet down.
No.
You know, they tried to play this off, okay? They tried to say this is part of our process. Nigeria's had 3 weeks together. We've had 4 days together. And you could obviously see that. But, guys, 9 years ago, the U.S. played Nigeria in the Olympics and won by 83. 5 years ago, they played them in an exhibition and won by 43. Granted, there were 7 NBA players on this Nigeria team, and you guys are right. They were playing against their peers, not against guys they were in awe of. But the U.S. started 5 All-NBA players. And there was a lot of isolation basketball. There was a lot of, not chemistry issues like they didn't like each other, but chemistry issues they didn't know where to go with the ball. The play that they ran down 3 points inside 10 seconds with Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard on the court was an abomination. I don't know how else to say it. It was an abomination of a play. So this is a reminder that getting this gold medal is going to be really hard. And I'm not going to overreact to a loss, and certainly they aren't either. But if Nigeria is not considered to be a serious medal contender, maybe they'll prove us wrong. There's going to be a lot of work to do between now and about 4 weeks from now when that gold medal is handed out.
Look, I don't know if there is a player that's under any sort of pressure. Look, this is my thing, just to give people like a world scope. Wait, I'm looking at this camera right here. What?
Welcome to television, Richard Jefferson.
I was so confused there for a second.
I'm so proud of you every day.
Brian, my question is, do you feel like there is a player that's under pressure? Like, especially with all of the talent that's on their USA team, is there one particular player?
I know why you're saying that, Richard, because, you know, it's your former teammate, you know, Kevin Love, who's under the pressure. He was a controversial pick. And look, you got to be honest with you guys. Go down the list and look at the available American big men. It's not an enormously long list. So many of the great big men in the NBA today are international players. Even people say, well, Karl Anthony Towns and DeAndre Ayton. Well, those guys are from the Caribbean. They're not eligible to play for the U.S. So they went to Kevin Love. He played 5 minutes in the first game, had 3 fouls and no impact. So obviously the stars are going to make this, but people are going to be watching Kevin Love closely, and they're going to need to get something out of him because at the big men position, they just need the help there.
Wendy, I see you down there in Las Vegas. It looked like you outside. I was just in Phoenix, and I had a portable air conditioning unit because I couldn't deal with the heat. I'm pretty sure you got one. I hope you got one. But look, I know the Team USA, they facing Team Australia tonight. I want to know what's the expectations for us coming into that game. What should we be expecting?
I don't get the perk treatment. I don't have the portable the air conditioning unit. I was very impressed, and actually my compliments to you for getting that set up. I love seeing that. Australia is absolutely a medal contender. They probably should have won the World Cup 2 years ago in China. They had a devastating loss. They're still not over it. They have a loaded team filled with NBA players. Patty Mills hit a game winner to beat Argentina in their first exhibition game a couple of nights ago. The Australians beat the Americans in the lead up to the World Cup in China back in 2019, and it was the first serious warning sign that that team was in trouble, and that team finished in 7th place. Now, this team has got way more talent than that. I don't necessarily think this team is in trouble, but I'd like to see some better play, especially from the frontline guys. The Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant were all poor in their first game on Sunday night.
But, Brian, it's one of those names that you just said, Kevin Durant. And we remember not that long ago, Kevin Durant answering a reporter's question with, I'm Kevin Durant. Don't you know who I am? And, in fact, you have to think that Kevin Durant is going to be the headline as USA Basketball marches toward Tokyo. We have seen how hard he fights and how important this is to him. Before we let you go, though, as we're showing video of what happened in this last game, Brian, we put the names of some of the players up on the screen, the rotation players, and showed that all but one of them are NBA players, to your point of them not being scared. Their coach is also not scared. I want to give a special shout out to Mike Brown, who has taken control of this Team Nigeria program and just shown just how excellent he is at team building, at sort of bringing these guys together in a quick amount of time. Brian, what has been your read on Mike Brown while you're there before we let you go?
Well, I got a chance to talk to Mike Brown after the game, which is great to be able to talk to coaches face-to-face here in Las Vegas. We're very, very happy about that. And Mike was obviously over the moon. He doesn't want to make too much of a deal of it, but he's not taking a salary to coach this team. He's having telling them to put the money
That's incredible.
into developing the team. And guys, I just want to be honest with you. I know that it was an exhibition game, and I know there were NBA players, but it is one of the biggest. It's the greatest win for African basketball, in international play. And so.
Yep.
Not only is it a reminder that Team USA doesn't have the advantage that they used to have, it's a reminder that the rest of the world is coming. And you know what? Bam Adebayo is of Nigerian descent. He could have played for Nigeria. He chose to play for Team USA, and they're darn lucky he did. But Team USA has got to play at a high level to make sure that these players who have African descent choose playing for the USA, if I may be quite frank. Because if they start choosing playing for their homelands, it's going to be a major situation for the USA to deal with going forward.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.